这次的93阅兵呢，有26国的领导人都登上了天安门的城楼，可是这里面却没有印度的领导人莫迪。本来啊，没有莫迪也不算什么，也很正常。可是前2天他恰巧就在中国的天津参加上合峰会，正好到了9月3号的时候，回印度了，所以啊，难免让人浮想联翩。所以有很多的网友就说了，这个叫做什么？这个叫做忠诚不绝对，就是绝对不忠诚。也就是说，莫迪啊，他内心里面其实跟中国的这个合作还不是真心实意的。为什么呢？这里面举了几个例子。第一个例子呢，就是虽然莫迪拒绝了川普4次的电话，可是接下来印度和美国会有一次军事演习啊，也就是代表着他们并没有脱离关系啊，这个关系还是在的呀。第二点是什么呢？就是他在来天津之前去了哪儿呢？去了日本，大家还记得吧？见了石破茂。石破茂为了阻止这一次的93阅兵，花了560亿啊，告诉很多的国家的领导人，你们不要来，你们不要来，你们不要来。他对莫迪说了什么，咱们就不知道了。所以啊，很多人就在这个点上面觉得说，莫迪应该内心里面有点小猫腻。而且印度的甲亢哥呢，还在节目里面跟所有的印度民众啊说，中国其实不是咱们的朋友啊，还生怕别人觉得说咱们是真心跟中国合作的。所以种种方面啊，让很多的网友觉得说，这一次印度虽然来参加了上合峰会，虽然和美国在表面上面要决裂了，可是骨子里面啊，不一定是真的这么想的。
Going into the China camp. After all, China has not been our friend, ladies and gentlemen. China has not been our friend during Operation Sindoor, and before that, we know we have an ongoing conflict with China. We have an unresolved border dispute with China.
可是也有另外一部分的网友会这么觉得，说莫迪不来参加这一次的93阅兵呢，其实也是有理可循的。因为他们在2战的时期呢，其实也有过短暂的和法西斯的一些联盟。他们和日本啊曾经在一起对抗过这个英国，所以这次真的要站上这个天安门的城楼检阅一下93阅兵的话呢，感觉也是有一点尴尬的。所以这是一方面，另外一方面呢，就是之前来中国的甲亢姐，能看得出来，在中国的时候啊，那个少女感出现了啊。以前在镜头前都是给大家一种庄严肃穆、敌对反华的感觉，可是到了天津之后呢，你看他漫步在街头，还拿着手机在那自拍，那个笑得灿烂的那个样子啊，不像是演的啊，并且呢，他回国之后啊，还报道了中国的93阅兵啊，所以种种的迹象到底是怎么样呢？随着时间的推移，我们一定能够找到真正的答案。实在抱歉，下午我录这期节目的时候呢，并没有完整的看完甲亢姐对于咱们93阅兵的报道。到了晚上剪辑节目的时候，才发现原来他到了视频的最后又开始酸咱们，又开始有一点亲美了。所以啊，虽然这次印度参加了上合峰会，我看也只是为了积攒和美国谈判的筹码罢了。
Military parades are usually about pride, pomp, and pageantry. In Beijing, they're also about flexing power. Like you saw, China rolled out its biggest ever military parade. Tiananmen Square turned into a showroom for weapons, lasers, AI-powered tanks, underwater drones, robot wolves, and missiles meant to catch Washington's eye. So what exactly did Beijing put on display, and why does it matter? Let's break it down for you, starting with lasers. That's number one. Lasers, they were one of the big surprises. The first to roll past was the LY-1. In today's parade, it was mounted on trucks, but the state media said it's been designed for aircraft carriers. And its job is quite simple: carry out precision strikes that can burn through drones or anything small and fast. Then came the high-energy laser. It was also mounted on a truck, and this too was designed for anti-drone weapons. Anti-drone operations, rather. Beijing framed it as part of a layered defense system meant to take down swarms of drones. And why does it matter? Tank. China showed off the Type 100 tank. The state media called it highly intelligent. So what's the USP? Well, unlike its predecessor, this one comes with augmented reality technology, plus some of these support vehicles were topped with quadcopter drones. These are meant to spot and hit targets in real time. Highlight number 3 is missiles. And there were way too many of them. For the first time, China publicly displayed its full nuclear missile triad, which means it now has nuclear weapons that can be launched from land, sea, and air. That's a nuclear triad. Land, sea, air. You cover all 3. And here's the lineup. There is the DF-61, a new solid-fuel intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM. DF-61. It has a range of 12,000 kilometers, which means it can hit almost anywhere on Earth. Then there's the DF-5C, another ICBM capable of carrying up to 10 nuclear warheads, and each warhead can hit a different city. Next, there's the DF-26D. It is called the Guam Killer. That's because it is built to target US bases in the Pacific. And there were many more. Together, this collection makes up the backbone of China's deterrence strategy. Aircraft carriers are flashy and expensive. Missiles are faster to build and cheaper. And that's the point that China is trying to drive home. It does not need to match the US ship for ship. It just needs enough missiles to make American ships look vulnerable. If the missiles were the muscle, the robots were the flex. There were robot dogs fitted with cameras and gun turrets. Robot wolves were also present. These are meant for reconnaissance and logistics. So none of this is science fiction anymore. Beijing is showing that traditional warfare is indeed changing. Also, parades are not just about offense, they're also about defense. On number 5 of our list is China's latest anti-missile system. It's called the HQ-29. It's a high-altitude interceptor that can shoot down ballistic missiles, and that too outside the Earth's atmosphere. At least that's what Beijing claims. Think of it as their version of the US THAAD system. Alongside was the HQ-9C, an improved surface-to-air missile system modeled after Russia's S-300. Together, these systems suggest that Beijing is working on its own missile defense shield. And finally, it was the air power. The air show was flashy but predictable. More than 100 planes were present, including the J-20 stealth fighter and the YY-20 refueling aircraft. Do you know what wasn't there? The rumored 6th-generation prototypes, the J-36 and the J-50. Photos of these have leaked online before, but Beijing decided not to show them off, and their absence was louder than the flyover itself. But what's the larger point again that Beijing is trying to make? We can think of 3 things. Number 1, China is trying to influence history. Remember, this event was about World War II, to celebrate the 80th anniversary of Japan's surrender in the war. It showed China and Russia as the victorious powers. It tried to downplay the role of the United States. But the fact is, American assistance was crucial for China. You see, large parts of China were occupied by Imperial Japan. China's liberation from Japan came only after Japan's defeat in the war. And Japan's defeat came because of the US atomic bombing. So the US did have a crucial role to play. But Beijing does not want to mention it. So they're trying to recast their role in the Second World War. That's one. The second point is this. Drones and AI are at the heart of Beijing's military future. From robot dogs to autonomous tanks, China is making it a crucial part of warfare. And point 3, it's as much about politics as raid was much more than a weapons show. It was a sales pitch and a diplomatic signal, which brings us to the question that must be asked today. Does all this hardware actually work as advertised? Because, I repeat, much of it remains untested. All the information that we have about these Chinese weapons comes from the state media. So it is a lot of hype. After all, Chinese air defense systems and missiles that Pakistan used not very long ago proved to be ineffective. We're talking about Operation Sindoor. They fought with Chinese weapons. So no one really knows how the ones that were displayed today will perform. But then again, maybe that is the strategy. Leave the world guessing and a little uneasy.